when we did the Sandman blinding angle, which was one of my personal all-time favorite angles. And we went to the back, and the camera came, and we were standing over him, and he's been Sandman for 7 years now. And I'm going, Jim, are you okay? Well, everyone, holy crap, you called him Jim. This is real. I've never called him Jim in my life. He's either a hack or he's Sandman. I mean, even to this day, I've never called him Jim. He's my best friend in the whole world. But everybody who watched that TV show went, holy crap, he got blinded. I mean, we made people believe. We got them involved in the product. They wanted to come out for his retirement dinner night. They wanted to be there that night when he came out in his ugly green leisure suit, to come and take the band, and did the bandages and the whole Tommy Dreamer angle, which like I said, was a phenomenal angle. Because I had, and Dave Shear's one of them, he'll tell you, and your buddy Tom, and they all used to come in here every day. How's he doing? Now these were guys who were smart, so I didn't, normally I would have enlightened them. It was too good an angle. I'd say he's depressed. He hasn't been out of the house in weeks, and he didn't come out of his house. He didn't come to the next show. He waited 7 or 8 weeks before he showed up again that night, and he came out with the bandages on. And I'm here to tell you, 97 to 98% of the people in that building, and these are the smartest fans in the world, the ECW Arena crowd, thought he was blind and his career was over. That was a hell of an angle.
He wears all his laminates, like this, and he puts his ECW thing, and he goes, I told you people that I was going to bring pay-per-view to ECW. And I was like, yeah, you rule. And then the same guy is going, but this guy walked out. Fuck him. Let me tell you about that. When Sabu left a few years ago, Paul Heyman, without the laminates, because he didn't have a pay-per-view back then, got in the ring and proceeded to cut a promo about how Sabu sold out the fans, he sold out ECW, he sold out everything the company was built on, all the blah, blah, blah. So everyone hated Sabu. Paulie's out there being evangelist, working him into this, his best Billy Swaggart, or Jimmy Swaggart, Billy Graham, whatever. And then I have on good authority that the very next day he was on the phone begging him to come back. But in public, he's saying, fuck this guy, we don't need him, fuck him. But he's kissing his ass the very next day. So are the fans betrayed? I don't think the fans are betrayed. I think they are being brainwashed into believing something that's not even true, that is a behind-the-scenes thing that shouldn't even be brought into public perspective. But the only reason it was not to make him look bad. Not Sabu, but Paulie. Not to make Paul look bad, he had to bury somebody else.
Most lasting images of ECW, for me, are being down at the arena, shooting pictures, and trying to stay out of the way of the action. But the one incident that I never forgot was when Cactus Jack was wrestling Terry Funk, and I was at ringside shooting pictures. And Terry Funk was given a frying pan by one of the fans. I was right here, Terry Funk was here, he wanted to go this way, I wanted to go this way. He said, Apter, you're in my way. And he took the frying pan, boom, knocked me out cold. Went out, woke up 20 seconds later, fans were yelling, some sort of chant at me. I didn't even know what it was, but I will never forget that night at the ECW arena. That's the one image that stands out in my head, is that little moment of Terry Funk threatening me with that frying pan, him hitting me with it. When I woke up, people saying, hey, was that real? Yeah, it was real, and I'll never forget it.
There's no such thing as fake blood in wrestling. Never. The only time I got anything that even seemed like it was fake blood is one time we did an angle where Chris Benoit took a wheelchair and put me in the wheelchair and wheeled me into the gate. And what had happened was, for some reason, we were in the food stand before it happened. I mean, every time, it's always real blood. Believe me, you wrestling fans out there, it's real blood. There is no fake blood in wrestling. That blood you see, that's all coming from them wrestlers. But one time, we were in the stands, and the guy shot me with a whole bottle of ketchup, all on my chest. And then Chris ran me into the rail, and I hit the rail, and the fans didn't realize it. And I turned over, and I was full of ketchup, and they thought I was bleeding to death. They thought I was bleeding to death. That's about the only time I could ever tell you there was fake blood, and it was an accident. But I remember them dragging me away, and I couldn't get up or anything because when I hit the rail, I was supposed to stay down, and all I remember is, oh my God, he's ripped open, he's punctured, the bar went through his chest, and I was laughing under my breath. I was laughing, I had my eyes shut, and I was laughing inside, and I'm saying, oh my God, I can't believe this, and it was just ketchup.
And I mean, I'll tell you a true story. When we did the Massacre on 34th Street, everybody was going to Paul Heyman. It was a big line, and then it was right at his office. Well, not office, office at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And everybody was taking a turn. I don't know what was talked about, money or whatever. But my conversation with Paul, I said, look, Paul, I know we're in a rough situation. I understand what's going on, but I just want to tell you that I'm not bailing ship, because everybody was leaving. Just, a lot of people going to WWE when things were like rocky. But I told him, I said, you gave me my chance, so I'm going to sink with the ship. If the ship sinks, I'm going to be with you. Just to let you know that I'm a team player, and I was being honest with him because he gave me my opportunity. I didn't think it was gonna fold, but it folded, and I just don't have no anger towards him. He just gave me so much opportunity. Yeah, I'm sad that I'm owed money. Yeah, things could have been done right, but he's only human. He makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, and I just got to take it roll with the punches, and Paul, I don't have nothing against you. You've done a lot for me, and and this is just truthful for me. I mean, I'm not kissing his ass or anything. Again, I'm just being honest.
And then, I can tell you some things we used to do at the Spectrum. Hulk Hogan and Lou Albano, and Lou Albano used to imitate me, and I could imitate him. So one night we were going to play this trick on Hulk Hogan. He's in taking a shower, right? So Lou signals me, go ahead. So I said, where is that? And Hogan said, Lou, I'll come out and kick you. You ain't gonna kick it. Come on out here, you blonde son of a bitch. Lou, if I come out there, yeah, come on out. What are you selling? So he come running out, and I'm standing there. He says, Frank, where is he? Where's that goddamn son of a bitch Albano? I said, Terry, are you all right? What do you mean? I said, Albano's not here. I said, are you serious? No, please, don't tell me. You heard Albano? Now, don't play games with me. I said, I'm being honest. Albano's not here. Well, to make a long story short, this was going on 2 or 3 times till finally Hogan got wise, and he caught us. How he did it was he put on a shower again, blah, 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 he pretended he was there. He stood to the back. As soon as he heard the voice come running out, he caught me and Albano. You son of a... Brother, he said, brother, the whole bit. He did that brother routine. And then Chief Jason Rombo was in the back. Okay, he collapsed. All the boys, quote, the boys in the back, they were talking about that for weeks, how we got Hulk Hogan.
Just real quick, tell you a true story. It's a true story. You guys can repeat it to him because I think he's an asshole. When I got fired by Ric Flair, who's also an asshole, I went to, I had a meeting the very next day with Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon. And they wouldn't let me out of my contract in Atlanta. So Vince suggested that I hang around the studio while my contract is still being fought over to learn about how production's done, how they do it. So I'm watching Bruce, because Bruce at the time was head of production. He was the producer. And I like Bruce. He was a good friend of mine. And I have nothing against him. It's just how the wrestling business operates. And it shows you why other things fall apart because of the lack of cooperation. They had a guy named Kerwin Seifels, and he was a producer. And they had spent all day trying to get a certain camera shot for a press conference that they wanted to shoot. And Kerwin comes in, and Bruce comes in, and I just follow Bruce around with my lunch, because that's what I had to do for a couple months while I had to set up my contract. And Kerwin looks in the camera, and a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. He's looking at that camera, and he goes, I got it! I got the shot! Oh, man, I got the shot! Bruce, come here! I got the shot! And here comes Bruce, and he waddles. This is when he was Brother Love, and he waddled over, man, doing his Roddy Piper imitation. He walked over, and he looked in the camera, and he goes, holy fuck, Kerwin, that is the best fucking angle you could ever get in your life. Fuck. As he says this, Vince walks in. Goes, Vince, I want you to fucking see this, man. Take a look at this shot. And Vince goes over and he goes, think that sucks. And without even to beat, Bruce goes, I told him it fucking sucks, man. That's the problem. Nobody gives me the authority to turn that down, man. And they fired Kerwin now. They brought him back, but they fired him. Because Bruce said, I told him it sucks. He wouldn't fucking listen. He wanted to hear from you, Vince. That's the epitome of what I don't want here. If it sucks, tell me it sucks. Well, things work here because when it doesn't work, man, I have a whole dressing room full of guys that love to tell me how wrong I am. And that's good. Because if you surround yourself with yes men, you get nowhere. That's why the NWA fell in 1988. Because nobody would tell Dusty he was wrong. Now people hopefully will learn to tell people you're wrong. It happens here all the time. You can't believe how much people Ron Buffone over there, he just walked in with the camera. He tells me I'm wrong all the time. Don't you, Ron?
All the time.
Am I right? Am I right, Ron?
No.
See?